My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to the Darkest Rhapsody Estate here in the Darkest Dungeon. We've already chosen our party, and it's the first time in quite a time that we're going to be able to take the leper out. We've got Disney the second here, veteran leper, as well as Moth Mother, who we're trying to level up, but is also going to be dealing a significant amount of damage in this dungeon, courtesy of the Dirge of the Devoured, which of course means we need to take Laudanum with us, which I need to remind myself of by saying out loud as though I'm telling you, but really I'm just reminding myself so that I don't go into the dungeon without it. Our healer is going to be an antiquarian. This isn't entirely my first pick, or second, or third, or fourth, or fifth. But the thing is, they are basically the only healer that I really want to take into this area. Penel isn't really good at the moment with the warriors on them. They'd be in the back line and wouldn't have particularly high healing ability, just with the battlefield medicine. So instead we've got Kufar here, who has the Master's Essence for plus 50% to healing skills, as well as plus 35 to both Blight skill chance and debuff skill chance, which means that we might actually be able to blight some of the characters down here in the Warrens, despite the fact that they have higher blight resist, but also has on guard as well as quick reflexes, so acts very, very, very quickly, and has the Candle of Life for another 50% healing skills. So Fortifying Vapors has the ability to go from 4 to 6, although I think it's actually only capable of rolling 4 and 6 each. But the buffs are quite nice. That's not the biggest heal, but we do have to note that a bunch of these other characters do have the ability to heal themselves as well. We've specifically got Adrenaline Rush here on Harkonian, who actually doesn't have it currently tagged. And then we've got Solemnity on Disney, and then we've got Moth Mother, who hopefully is going to be dodging a lot of the incoming attacks because cannot really heal them. Alright, so let's check out our camping abilities quickly. All that's covered. Disney, yeah, I definitely want to pick up Reflection. Moth Mother, don't really care about any of that. No one's going to get afflicted in this dungeon. We'll be okay. Curious Incantation is interesting just because it's one cost, and occasionally you just have one left over and you really want to throw it on someone. Nothing. Just making sure that we haven't got anything that we necessarily want to level up there. Surgeon's Charm. No. Stagecoach. Appraisal's probably the only one high enough level for me to even consider taking here. Arthenai? Whoo! Slugger! I mean, wouldn't be bad, but I'm definitely not going to have the time to level her all the way up. Final thing that we need to do before we go out on the mission is start locking some people away. First off is obviously Penel needs to kill those worries. Shando, you know what? Shando, it's time for you to get out of my party. Bye.
It is done. Turn yourself now to the condition of those poor devils who remain.
Alright. Rord has Tone Deaf, which is actually quite bad. But the thing is, Rord... Oh! Rord has Hippocratic! I did not remember that. Okay, so Hippocratic is plus 20% to healing skills. So now we're going to sub Rord in here. And now we've got plus 120% to our healing skills. Hell yes. Make sure that we tag the correct things here. The Force Guard on self is probably not going to be particularly important, so I'm thinking Invigorating Vapors there. Seems good to me. We're planning to go into the Warrens. It's also going to give us the town event Fresh Air in the Tunnels, which is going to give us plus 15% to our damage in our next Warrens mission if we go into the Warrens next week, as well as plus 33% to Resolve experience, which is going to help us level a bunch of these characters out of their veteranship and towards championship. Go back here for curing a couple of these characters. Diurnal, Enlightened, don't really care. Dismas, no. Tekanai, no. 1L. I know someone in these levels had something I desperately wanted to lock in. Is it Hidden Dark? No, but Hidden Dark definitely has a bunch of stuff that I want to lock out. Fear of Eldritch in particular. Prophet the Second. Yeah, removing Scattering on Prophet the Second is not that bad. Actually, locking in Eagle Eye is also not that bad an idea there. Raz, Bovan, no. Ballard? Kase? Who is it? Laws, no. Can't be Patricia because Patricia's got the curse, so I can't lock them in there. Prismatic Solidity on Carpy. Yeah, I'm kind of fine with that being there. Plaque Holder has nothing that I actually want. Ignores Stealth. That would be so much better placed on a different character. But also, it's not bad on Plaque Holder, so I'm considering just leaving it there. Colin has Prismatic Isolation, which is totally fine. Hayden Plus, no. Bochet, no. Okay, it doesn't look like any of these have anything that we desperately want to remove. I actually kind of even want to keep Risk Taker. So it's one of the lower level characters. Yeah, so Thin Blooded or Warren's Phobe. Warren's Phobe will lock out and Hippocratic will lock in. And then that's us done. Time to go on the mission. 5 minutes, 6 minutes before in. I mean, you know, we've done worse. Definitely done better, but we've done worse. No one has a map is something I've just recognized. Do we have any ability to increase our scouting during the dungeon? No, I don't think anyone has a scouting increase. I'm kind of okay with it. Okay, so 1 rest and then 3 hunger procs. It's fine. Probably only need 2 shovels for this area. That'll be enough medicinal herbs. Take a couple of holy water, take a couple keys. Bandages. No, I don't really care about those. And I'll take exactly 1 laudanum. As well as 2 blood, just in case. Food, keys, shovels, torches, interactables, blood. Alright, we're covered. Woohoo! This should be good. Finally running a solo antiquarian healer.
The swine draw power from their horrid markings and crude idols. Tear them down. Pop that
torch. I definitely should have popped my head out in the direction I wasn't intending to go. That's a mistake on my part there.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Alright, come on, get that scout. We're not going to turn out the light just to go back up that hallway, so we can loot early here. Okay. Ooh, even surprised him. Nice.
A devastating blow.
That it was. Hell yes. Sure, I'll roll Festering Vapors there. Okay, it wasn't necessary at all, but
a faint hope blossoms.
I still wanted to, damn it. That's on a character who has 15. Wow.
For the slightest lapse in concentration.
I remember when they used to have to set that ability up. But that was, what, 20 straight damage. And it was from a character who had, or rather on a character who has 15 protection. So, not bad. I'm gonna yell at you. I didn't want to crit for the kill there.
The greater the glory.
I just wanted to set it up.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Alright. So I've got to remind myself that the Antiquarian has to interact with each and every one of these curios. I failed that 2 times so far. 1 time where it was relevant. That's on me. That's just I haven't taken an Antiquarian out on missions in a while, so I did not particularly recall. Okay. Yeah, I'm giving up a Sapphire there. We didn't actually take the Antiquarian on this mission for the extra loot. We took the Antiquarian... We took the Antiquarian just because I wanted a healer. And they were the closest thing that I had access to at the time. Quest location. Good. So as we get to each of these quest locations, we're going to free up our inventory a little bit, which is going to make our lives a whole hell of a lot easier. Ooh. Double crit him, double bleed him. Snakebite rolls on Disney for 8 as well as a bleed. Oh yeah, no, if it was going for bleed, of course it's gonna hit. I'm gonna double stun both of the Pliskin in the center. These infuses could be really bad. And they're both likely, or rather they're all likely to target the character on the lowest HP, so I'm gonna do a preemptive heal there.
Masterfully executed.
Okay.
How quickly the tide turns.
Yeah, well, at least we didn't get blighted by that one. Venomous Gleek rolls out. 6 and a bleed. Sorry, 2 and a bleed, rather. Yeah, we're gonna have to go for the heal there. I didn't want to disrupt the party ordering because that now guarantees the kill on both those Pliskin. Not those Pliskin, sorry, the irradiated Rattlers. Whereas if I killed the greater Pliskin in the front line, I don't believe it leaves a corpse, so I would have had to deal with the irradiated Rattlers in a different way.
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
Okay, infuse rolls on Harkonian. I think I'm actually going to do the self-heal here just because we have a bunch of HP missing.
Eradicated.
Mm-hmm. This is just for a buff so that if we go into the next room and it's a fight, we're totally fine already.
Formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
I don't know if the Aegis scale is going to block the next tick of damage. I hope it doesn't just block the bleed. That would be really, really lackluster. So there was a combat in this room. Great. So we have the extra speed here. Gotta focus all the other characters in the field first. Only character who can hit the back line there is Harkonian, so Harkonian gotta do it if they can. Fortifying Vapors for the kill on the back line. Unfortunately, it does leave a corpse. Great, that block remains. Excellent. It's kind of necessary. I almost wanted to just go for a Withstand or a Solemnity there. Alright, there's a Trot Retreat. Pretty not good. Definitely trying to remove that corpse before the Hulking Swinosaur has an action. One corpse down. Two corpses down. Hulking Swinosaur is now going to have a lot of difficulty here. I'm also going to start using Invigorating Vapors. Crunching backhand rolls on Harkonian for 7. Does it move Harkonian? No, but it tries to stun and doesn't manage to. Only the characters who have absolutely nothing they can do except for damage should be damaging here. Just because we obviously have a lot of recovery that needs to occur. Crunching backhand again rolls on Harkonian, but misses. So now we're guaranteed that all of our characters will always act ahead of the enemy. Okay, that's a reasonable amount of HP at this point. We're also stacking bleeds so that we aren't super stalling. We're definitely stalling a little bit here, but not super stalling. Crunching backhand again on Harkonian. Managed to hit for 8. And stuns that time. Unfortunate. Okay. Harkonian probably needs to tag in their self-heal at this point. I don't know what I'm going to lose for its sake, though. Yeah. We need to start adding in other bleeds, otherwise we're going to be called out for stalling, and they're going to be correct when they do so. Alright, enemy is now dead as soon as they try and take an action. Low rolling our heal every single time there.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
The shrine has been destroyed. Who has the highest bleed resist in the party? 98, although that's only because of the buffs that you're currently holding. But you still have it. Extra supplies are found among the knives.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
I probably still should have risked it on Rord, just because Rord would have gotten the extra results from that. Ah, okay, there is actually another shrine in here. That's good. I only went down this hallway to check the first two rooms so that I'd be comfortable that there wasn't a shrine that I was missing. Kind of necessary just because of the way that I handled things earlier, which is to say not having a scouting trinket with me. Wow, double crit. Ooh.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Yeah, I'm going to continue healing up Harkonian here. Awesome.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Gather the blood rolls on Harkonian. Is this Harkonian's second time for the Crimson Curse? No, not yet at least. One down. Could I take that? No, I couldn't. Gather the blood rolls on Rord, who dodges, because of course they do. Alright. It's battle buffing time. Nice.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Pack has a map inside. That's lovely for us. Ooh, okay. I'm just going to let light start running low because, as it turns out, we don't have an enemy for a very long time now. Okay. Better head out in this direction. Take a torch that we don't intend to use. We can probably now start throwing torches away.
Staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
I say probably, I mean definitely.
A fortune waiting to be spent. Mechanical hazards possessed by evil intent.
Let's go into this battle. This is going to be rough. I'm going to go for the battle buffs here so that I can try and crit the Swine Marcher out of existence.
Beyond one's limits.
Ooh, that's a big crit right there on the Reaver. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to continue with that. Butcher Cut out from the Reaver. Unfortunately, that Butcher Cut means that it's going to be a while before I can kill that Reaver. If we had Rord acting next... Rord is 9 speed, the Reaver is 4 speeds. That's really bad that we didn't get the action first. Alright. Whenever that Swine Reaver tries to attack, they're going to die and not leave a corpse, which is excellent for us.
Well struck.
That needed to die without leaving a corpse. Oh, well. I'm going to kill the body just to remove it. So the hulking Swinotaur doesn't necessarily have access to Pig Spear this turn. We'll preemptively heal. Because the heals are so small, we can't wait until we do them. Or rush on Disney does not manage to move though. Swine Reaver now dead. Alright. And now it's time to just stack the bleeds where we can. And do the self-heals where we can. It's worth noting Disney is not getting the full healing just because of the Berserk Mask, negative 33% to healing received. But that's also the reason that Disney is acting fast enough to occasionally take out targets before they act. Ooh, nice try.
The ground quakes.
Another self-heal, and then another heal on Harkonian. Can you? You can't even hit. No hope for you, Hulk and Swinotaur. No hope for you.
A singular strike.
That's some serious bleed right there.
Monster's size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
All right. And a solid heal there at the very end. Antiquarian, read the books. Ooh, you got a positive effect. Bat with a fighter. As well as you got stress healed. Bat with a fighter, plus 20% damage if your HP is above 99%. I mean, like, it's now active, but plus 20% damage on the amount of damage that an Antiquarian does doesn't really mean anything at all, ever. That sucks. Doing a lot of damage splitting here.
Purpose.
Alright, at least the Swine Gora is now dead before it ever gets in action. That's good work there from Rord, who now takes 10 stress, but no disease, no debuff either. Thank you for targeting Moth Mother, because now Moth Mother is going to... No, not get crit by the Swine Spawn. Imagine that. Not Swine Spawn, the Meat Hooker or Gora. Depends on the level as to what they're called, which is why it's difficult to recall. Swine Marcher still needs another action before it dies, unfortunately, here. That'll do it. Swine Gora is already dead. And nice. We acted in time in order to Yorp here. Yeah, blight him up. This Master's Essence is actually a really good trinket. Which is kind of the, like, path of the course with this character. That is to say, the Antiquarian. They have really good trinkets, but really bad actual base statistics. It's kind of an interesting way for that to work.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
So we'll throw Laudanum now. I actually didn't even rest over the course of that entire dungeon. Looking for a wee bit more loot. I mean, look, if it's on offer, I'm gonna take it. Alright.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
Do I even have a nighttime ambush prevention in this party? I don't believe I do. I definitely don't, but that's okay. Whoa, we got surprised. Great.
Stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of
All right, that was a
gold.
pretty bad shuffle for us. And now we're back in our original party order. Yup, and then we'll take... Yeah, I was really hoping that was going to double stun there. That was going to be really cool. Hal, don't give it anyone worries. Disneymere is ridiculously accurate right now. What with the plus 20% accuracy, plus 18% crit, and plus 10 accuracy for the next attack. Slaver and Ghoul's almost dead. Yeah, that does it if it connects with the Blight. And it does. Awesome. All in chain rolls on Rord in the back line. We can now follow up with the Barbaric Yorp in order to steal basically as many actions as we want from the Reaver. All right. Yeah, I'm actually kind of really glad that we got ambushed here. It's just been some nice extra fun. So we had 2 Yorps, negative 40% damage on that strike, and we still did as much damage as we did. Whew. That's a lot. Right. And there goes the Swine Reaver.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Okay, I think we actually focus on the large corpse eater first this time. Please bleed, and it does. Very nice. $25. Oof. That's some damage right there. Light has literally a chance still to hit, but it doesn't manage to. That's okay, though. And then we straight up critted out of existence. Beautiful.
Dissuade the sharpened blade.
Swine Reaver is just much less scary than the Corpse Eater. Before we finish this fight,
The darkness holds dominion. Black as death.
I should have waited an extra round there, obviously. But before we finish this fight, we'll turn the light out. Just so we can increase whatever loot we would get from this. Trying to wring all that value out. Jutast. Oh.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Okay. Interactable wouldn't have even used any of those. Beautiful. Alright, let's get out of here. Kind of a mishmash of an inventory at the end.
The swine will grow ever more ignorant. If such a thing were possible.
But you know, that's 21k on a mission where I wasn't even really trying to pick up gold. Thank you, Duke Tapestry, for being such a significant part of that. We did only get 1 rare antique, though, which is kind of low. 2 sapphires. We could have had 3 had we managed our inventory differently at the very start. Everyone levels up. Great. So Grey Rot, garbage on Disneymere. We obviously need to remove that. Dacnymania also needs to be removed. Beast Tater, doesn't matter. Cove Tactician, could matter. Willed Tactician, Willed Adventurer, rather, definitely doesn't.
The twisting tunnels no longer exhale the toxic stench of degeneracy.
it is theoretically possible that we take this same party out into the Warrens next mission, especially because they have the extra 15% damage in the Warrens and the plus 33% resolve experience in the Warrens. So we can just push them all out into level 5 so that they can be used for other parties. In particular, that's going to be important because we'll have the Leper on level 5 as well as the Jester on level 5, so that we can try and diversify the characters that we use. Obviously, the Jester being on level 5 isn't specifically a diversity of roster, but that's going to all be provided by leveling up these Houndmasters at the very bottom. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. By the way, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Darkest Dungeon. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.